Hey, if you are suffering with headaches, neck pain, stiffness, fatigue, or if you know somebody that is, I think you're going to find this very helpful. I'm Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic, and Dawn has given me permission to review her x-rays and review her testimonial and really show you what we do here in the office and why we get the results that we do. We're very unique in what we do. There's only probably 1 to 2% of chiropractors that do corrective care like we do. And so when Dawn came in, she was in a lot of pain. She'd been suffering for years. She was having daily headaches. I mean, every single day having headaches. She was taking Excedrin daily. She was having a lot of fatigue. Also because she wasn't sleeping well. She was really stiff and tight. So she wasn't able to do a lot of things that she wanted to do and some of the workouts that she wanted to do and take her dogs for walks. And so it was really affecting her quality of life. And I think that's something to understand. A lot of times we have new practice members come into the office and they say, well, I just work through the pain, or I just deal with it, or I just take some aspirin, I just keep on trucking on. And I understand that. But the problem is it's affecting the person that you are. When we have chronic pain, it affects how our brain functions and it affects how we operate. So your friends, your family, your coworkers, your spouse, your kids, they know, and they're not getting the best version of you. They're not getting the best dad or the best mom or whatever your roles are in life. So it's not just you, it's the people around you that's being affected. So in fact, when Dawn came in on a scale of 1 to 10, 0 being no pain, 10 being the worst pain that you can imagine, she was on an average daily pain of 7, and at its worst, it was at a 9. So she was in severe pain. And of course, if you're just having headaches all the time, it's hard to function. And of course, taking Excedrin as well is really hard on your kidneys, your liver, your stomach. And so when we look at Dawn's x-rays here, you can see on the left here, this is what normal should look like. And this will be the chin here. This will be the base of the skull. So the person's looking in this direction here. We have at the top, it's called the atlas, the very top one of the neck. We have the occiput, which is the base of the skull. Those should be both pointed up at an 18-degree angle. You can see hers are at 41 and 30 degrees, 30.8 degrees and 41.1. All you need to know is that puts extreme pressure at the very top part of the spine, squeezing the brainstem, the spinal cord, and choking and pinching the nerves. The other thing is, again, we have this nice backwards curve on the left and the head right over the shoulders. Here we can see Dawn actually has what's called a biphasic curve. So at the bottom here, you can see the curve's actually bending the wrong way. At the top, it goes back the right way. So it's called, again, a biphasic, putting extreme pressure on the spinal cord, the nerves. And because her head is shifted way forward like this, it takes a lot of force. Those muscles have to be tight all the time because they're trying to stabilize things. Kind of like if you sprain your ankle and it swells up. When your neck is pushed forward like that all the time, it's squeezing those muscles are trying to stabilize it and prevent it from getting worse, which creates a lot of pain and stiffness. Now, a lot of times that pain, though, doesn't show up until it's been there for a while. So the things that we did here in Dawn's case is we used our instrument. We got underneath these two areas, the atlas and the occiput, and we adjusted those straight up. And that's to level the head, and then the head can release and actually pull back over the shoulders. Our goal over time is to get a better curve here, and most importantly, get the pressure off the nerves so her brain can communicate with her body and do what it's supposed to do. So in her case, we were not treating her headaches. Even though I wanted her to feel great, I want to get the body to heal and function better, because you have to understand your neck pain, your headaches, your back pain, whatever symptoms you're having, those aren't the problem. It's kind of like the check engine light on the dashboard of a vehicle. That's the symptom. We want to get to the cause of the problem. And that's what we did in Dawn's case. So as we started to adjust her lid within a couple of weeks, she had all of her headaches were gone. All of her neck pain and back pain was gone. She stopped her Excedrin completely. She was able to start to get more active. She started sleeping better. Now, her problem was not fixed in 2 weeks, don't get me wrong, but she was feeling much better. Her quality of life started to change tremendously. So one of the most important things to understand about health and healing is that your brain is your master computer. It controls all healing and all function in your body. And the way that it talks to your body is through nerves, and those nerves have to run through your spine. So your spine, you can see from the front, it should be straight up and down. From the side, we're actually supposed to have these 3 different curves. If the spine shifts out of its normal alignment, if there's pressure on those nerves, it's going to create what's called malfunction. The cells, tissues, and organs that the brain is trying to talk to can't function the right way. When that spine shifts out of alignment, puts pressure on the nerves, it's called a subluxation. Now, you have a subluxation, it's kind of like having a dimmer switch on a light. When we turn that dimmer switch down, The light gets dimmer, not because there's anything wrong with the light, but there's less power going there. So if those nerves are choked going to your heart or to your lungs or muscles, wherever those areas are going to, they can't function at their optimal level. Now the challenge is typically the pain or symptoms may never show up, or it doesn't show up until after it's been there for a while. And then the problem is that the headaches, the neck pain, the back pain, that's not the problem. It's kind of like the check engine light on the dashboard of your vehicle. It's a symptom, but we know the problem's inside the engine. Well, same thing here. The headaches aren't the problem. We need to get to the cause of the problem. Now, one of the reasons that we have these curves in the spine, if you can see from the side, it's kind of like a spring. So as we're upright and gravity's affecting our body, it's like a shock absorber. So if you can imagine, if this is your head was the weight, which your head weighs 10 to 15 pounds, and my arm was the curve in your neck, this is heavy, but I could hold like that quite a while because the structure is supporting it. When I go forward like this, my muscles are trying to support it. It gets really sore very quickly, and I'm not going to be able to hold it nearly as long. So the same thing in Dawn's x-rays, you can see with their head being shifted forward, those muscles are really tight in her neck trying to support that, rather than having that structure and the weight being on the back of the spine where the joints are, rather than on the front where the muscles and the bones and the discs are. So what we're doing to correct this nerve pressure is very light adjustments. We're either using our hands to very light adjustments on the spine. We'll also use something like this. This is called the arthrostim. It's electric, it's very, very light. Some people don't like the popping or cracking noise. So we can use this instrument that doesn't cause the popping and cracking, but it's just as effective as getting that nerve pressure off there again, so the brain can heal your body. Now, when we did Dawn's first progress evaluation, that's when we're rechecking some of the tests that we did when she first came in. We're rechecking her ability to be able to move and bend. We're looking for spasm and inflammation being reduced. We're checking her posture. So we're objectively looking at how her body responds, not just how she's feeling, because we want you to feel great, of course, but it's about how your body is healing. And to me, this is one of the most important parts. We look at her form that she filled out here, and she put better attitude, decreased stress feelings. And this is very common. People come in, they start to get adjusted, their body's more relaxed, stress hormones go down, that's what the research shows, and they feel less stressed. Increased quality of life, more relaxed, of course, decreased headaches that we talked about already. And this to me is the most important part, because you don't want to just get rid of headaches. It's about your better quality of life. Everybody can live with headaches or live with pain. But again, it's about how you're interacting, reacting, how you're parenting, how you're doing your job. It's your quality of life. That to me is the most important part. Now, when we did Dawn's first progress evaluation, that's when we're rechecking some of the tests that we did when she first came in. We're rechecking her ability to be able to move and bend. We're looking for spasm and inflammation being reduced. We're checking her posture. So we're objectively looking at how her body responds, not just how she's feeling, because we want you to feel great, of course, but it's about how your body is healing. And to me, this is one of the most